Number 10. Defrag. The Kazama family, a gang of 3 wannabe delinquents and close friends, spearheaded by Kenji Kazama, is trying to make a name for themselves at Fujo Academy. On the first day of the term, the gang finds themselves putting out a fire in the game development club. Instead of thanking them, the eccentric club members attack and knock out Kenji's 2 friends, forcing Kenji to fight for his life. Failing to escape, the gang leader is coerced into joining the game development club. As he settles in, Kenji gets to know the 4 girls responsible for his provisional membership: Student Council President and General Tyrant Chitose Kurosama, spirited tomboy Sakura Mizukami, negligent club advisor Minami Usawa, and the school's infamous shadow leader Roka Shibasaki. Through the game development club's constant shenanigans and his desperate attempts to leave the club, Kenji begins to realize that he may actually be enjoying himself. Number 9. Majimoji Rurumo. After an unfortunate accident, completely normal heterosexual high school student Kota Shibaki is branded as the school pervert. With girls avoiding Kodo like the plague, truly the young man's worst nightmare has come to fruition. One day in the school's library, he stumbles upon a peculiar book said to possess the power to summon witches. Partly out of desperation, and partly out of boredom, Koda decides to play along with the joke of a book, until an apprentice witch going by the name of Rurumo Maji Mojiruka appears before him. In an unusual turn of events, Koda ends up helping Rurumo with some general witchery tasks in exchange for his soul being spared. Majimoji Rurumo follows the misadventures of Rurumo as she attempts to persuade Koda to use 666 magical wish-granting tickets in her efforts to become a fully fledged witch, unaware that every time she grants a wish, Koda's life is shortened. Aided by Rurumo's familiar Chiro, Koda must decide between helping Rurumo or saving his own life. Number 8. Boku no Tonari Nyakoku Hakaishin ga Imasu. In the distant past, Miguel, the god of destruction, was sealed inside the knight who ruled over light and darkness, Stumert. Alongside the knight was Gestober, who accompanied him through countless battles. In the present day, destiny causes them to reincarnate as Kabuto Hanadori and Seri Koyuki, 2 classmates. Their reunion should be a joyous moment, if not for the fact that these fantasied heroes are just products of Kabuto's delusions. As the fictional Gestober, Seri finds himself in various embarrassing situations due to Kabuto's antics that sometimes grow out of his control. Moreover, his classmate Utsugi Tsukimiya joins the fray with his absurdly accurate mind-reading abilities, slowly destroying Seri's social life. Seri tries hard to stay away from them, refusing to acknowledge their shenanigans. However, with Kabuto's Chunibyu and Utsugi's unpredictability, he is only bound to be swept by the craziness coming his way. Number 7. Amagi Brilliant Park. Seiya a smart and extremely narcissistic high school student, believes that the beautiful but reserved Izusu Sento has invited him on a date at an amusement park called Amagi Brilliant Park. Much to his chagrin, not only is the location a rundown facility, the supposed date is merely a recruitment tour where Sento and Princess Latifa Florenza, the owner of the theme park, ask him to become the park's new manager. Their cause for desperation? As stipulated in a land contract use, Amagi has less than 3 months to meet a quota of 500,000 guests, or the park will be closed for good and the land redeveloped by a greedy real estate company. Seiya is won over by the revelation that Amagi is no ordinary amusement park. Many of its employees are Maple Landers, mysterious magical beings who live in the human world and are nourished by the energy created by people having fun. Entrusted with the hopes and dreams of this far-off enchanted land, Seiya must now use his many skills to bring Amagi back on its feet, or watch it crumble before his eyes. Number 6. Origa Ojusama Gaku no Shomen Sample Toshida Gets Suretaken. Kamito Kagurazuka is a commoner with a fetish for men's muscles. Or at least that's the lie he must keep telling himself if he wants to keep himself out of trouble at the elite all-girls school Seiken Academy. Kidnapped by the school under the assumption that he prefers men, Kamito is made to be their commoner example, exposing the girls to both commoner and man so that the transition to the world after school is not jarring. Threatened with castration should his sexual preferences not match the school's assumptions, Kamito must keep up the facade to protect his manhood. But there are eccentric individuals around every corner who begin to make Kamito's life even more difficult. Among them are Aika Tenkubashi, a social outcast who blurts whatever comes to mind, Hakuo Shidome, a young genius, Karen Jinryu, the daughter of a samurai who is obsessed with defeating Kamito, and Raiko Asugawa, the perfect student who has delusions of marrying Kamito. Along with the commoner himself, these 4 girls make up the Commoner Club, which attempts to teach the girls more about life outside the school, while Kamito gradually learns about the odd girls surrounding him. Number 5. Tajina Senpai. Starting his new term at Tanashi High School, an unmotivated freshman searches for a club that requires minimal participation to suit his needs. He then comes across the Magic Club room, and inside is a cute upperclassman practicing her magic tricks. Suffering from stage fright that causes her to slip up in her acts, she has a tendency to end up in the most embarrassing situations. Despite having little interest in a club run by an incapable magician, the freshman finds himself involved as a new member, experiencing all sorts of awkward moments with his eccentric mentor. Number 4. Tonari no Seiki-kun. All Rumi Yokoi wants to do is focus during school, but she is constantly distracted by Toshinari Seki, her neighboring classmate. Paying attention during class is the least of Seki's worries, as he obsesses over intricate setups created using an assortment of items, from an elaborate domino course on his desk to a treacherous war played out with shogi pieces. Yokoi desperately attempts to focus in class, only to be repeatedly sucked into his intriguing eccentricities. However, they always seem to end up with her getting in trouble with their teacher. Fortunately, lessons will never be dull with Seki's antics around. Kamato Desuga. Sophisticated, suave, sublime. All words which describe the exceedingly handsome and patently perfect Sakamoto. Though it is only his first day in high school, his attractiveness, intelligence, and charm already has the girls swooning and the guys fuming with jealousy. No one seems able to derail him, as all attempts at tripping him up are quickly foiled. His sang-froid is indomitable, his wits peerless. Will any of Sakamoto's classmates, or even teachers, be able to reach his level of excellence? Probably not, but they might just learn a thing or two trying. Horyu Musuko. Effeminate 5th grader Shuichi Nitori is considered by most to be one of the prettiest girls in school, but much to her dismay, she is actually biologically male. Fortunately, Shuichi has a childhood friend who has similar feelings of discomfort related to gender identity, the lanky tomboy Yoshino Takatsuki, who, though biologically female, does not identify as a girl. These two friends share a similar secret and find solace in one another. However, their lives become even more complicated when they must treat the unfamiliar waters of a new school, attempt to make new friends, and struggle to maintain old ones. Faced with nearly insurmountable odds, they must learn to deal with the harsh realities of growing up, transsexuality, relationships, and acceptance. Lauded as a decidedly serious take on gender identity and LGBT struggles, Takako Shimura's Horu Musuko is about Shuichi and Yoshino's attempt to discover their true selves as they enter puberty, make friends, fall in love, and face some very real and difficult choices. Sedokai Yaku Indomo. They say that the more things change, the more they stay the same, and those words could not be more true for the student council at Osai Private Academy. Though an entire year has passed, bringing the senior members to their final year of high school, not much has changed. President Shino Amakusa is just as perverted as ever, Secretary Arya Shichijo still refuses to put on a pair of panties, Treasurer Suzu Hagimura has yet to grow an inch, and Vice President Takatoshi Suda is still as stuck as the straight men to their crazy antics. Of course, limiting the fun to a four-way might get a little stale. Although the group still messes around with the judo club and the newspaper club, more girls have come to get in on the excitement. Takatoshi's sister Kotomi, a new student at Osai, is as perverse as the president, while Uomi, the aloof student council president of the nearby Iryu High School, fits right in with the insanity at Osai. With loads of absurdity and sexual humor that keeps on coming, Takatoshi needs to harden up if he is going to keep up with all the madness around him.
Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Did you guys enjoy this list, or find any anime you're interested in? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, remember to turn on notifications for more upcoming top 10 videos.